Ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me in receive Tautuna's entourage, the President of the Republic of Botswana, the Ambassador of Botswana and Belgium and to the European Union, the Deputy Director General, International Partnerships European Commission, the EUD Ambassador to Botswana and SADC, Honorable Ministers in Botswana, and EUD officials. Kindly do remain standing for the Botswana National Anthem. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation. Allow me to take this opportunity while you and I are standing to receive and acknowledge the presence of the presidential entourage, that you kindly consider putting your phone on silent or vibrate out of due respect for the upcoming speakers for this morning's ceremony. Thank you very much for your kind participation. And now, the national anthem for the Republic of Botswana.
Mama
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may take residence of your seats. It is now my honor to introduce to you a celebration of Setswana culture blended with new age innovation and creativity inspired by the spirit of the EBBF. Connect, collaborate, create. The story that this performance tells is based on Botswana, or based in Botswana, storytelling songs and sounds and dances showcasing the diverse cultural creativity from the south to the north of our beautiful country. Khoisan and Ikalanga rhythms, a blend of languages, both Setswana and English, here now with fresh from the oven music, tailor-made for you, the EBBF delegate and viewer. This is the EBBF Diamond Ensemble featuring the spectacular Hansi. Well, that is the EBBF Diamond Ensemble. I think they'll appreciate another round of applause from you, if you please. You're very kind and good morning. Welcome to Global Expo Botswana season. Thank you for joining us in this room or wherever it is that you're watching this production from. This is the Global Expo and EBBF official opening ceremony. My name is Oratile Giselle Kebakile, and it's my pleasure to serve as your MC this morning. Today, high-level leadership in Botswana, the SADC region, and the European Union are gathered here in Gaborone to activate a powerful week of immersive international trade activities. A first on this platform being the EU-Botswana Business Forum 2023, and it is exciting to acknowledge the presence of the esteemed captains of nations that shall shortly take the stage and podium. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the first of these leaders of nations to deliver the welcome remarks this morning, please join me in receiving the Minister of Trade and Industry for the Republic of Botswana, Honorable Musi Kafela.
May I take the liberty to say to the departed, on account of breast cancer, may their souls continue resting in eternal peace. May I further take the liberty and say to the ailing, may the Lord grant you the strength and resilience to overcome the ailment. And may I also take the liberty to say to our dear doctors, both mainstream conventional, alternative practitioners, and traditional ones alike, may the Lord grant you the wisdom to stand in firm opposition and overcome and assist us all to resist this unfortunate scourge of breast cancer. Thank you very much, Directors of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi. The Deputy Director General for International Partnerships of the European Commission, Ms. Miriam Ferran. My dear colleagues, honorable ministers here present, the Ambassador of the European Union to Botswana and to the Southern African Development Community, Ms. Petra Pereira, Ambassador of Botswana to Belgium and the European Union, Dr. Masire Mwamba, members of the diplomatic community here present, honorable members of Parliament, the Mayor of the City of Gaborone, Your Worship, Mr. Austin Abraham, the Permanent Secretary to the President, Ms. Emma Pelwet-Letsi, and your Deputy, all Permanent Secretaries here present, and your deputies, all senior government officials here present, the Botswana Investment and Trade Center board members, and board members of other statutory corporations and government-owned companies here present. Mr. Kiletsusitse Ulibile, the Chief Executive Officer of the Botswana Investment and Trade Center, and your team, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, delegates, exhibitors, members of the fourth estate or the fourth power or the media, patriots and compatriots, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if any, a very good morning to all of you. I sincerely extend my gratitude to all of you for joining us today at the official opening of the 17th Global Expo Botswana and the first European Union Botswana Business Forum. On behalf of the government and the people of Botswana, I'd like to warmly welcome you and declare our excitement as the Ministry of Trade and Industry to be hosting these two prestigious events side by side. Before we proceed any further, I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to the European Union for the generous support to the Botswana government, which has enabled this event to see the light of day. We have in the past watched with keen interest and much envy the support which the EU has provided to other African countries to host similar business forums. We used to wonder when such an opportunity would come our way. Therefore, when the opportunity presented itself to us, we could not miss it, more so that it is so much aligned to His Excellency's priority to promote Botswana as a meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions hub or destination. Allow me, please, ladies and gentlemen, to contextualize our collaboration with the European Union, which led us to hosting the European Union Botswana Business Forum. It is important to note that Botswana, as a member of the Southern African Development Community, is signatory to the EU SADC Economic Partnership Agreement, which was signed on June the 10th, 2016. Upon signing the agreement, the EU embarked on a journey to help SADC countries to implement it. To this effect, the European Union availed 6 million euros to enhance the capacity of Botswana's public and private sector to reap the benefits of the agreement. The EU SADC Economic Partnership Agreement support program to Botswana was officially launched in February 2021, and it will continue running until July the 31st, 2024. The European Union Botswana Business Forum was born, or it was conceived out of this support program. I wish for you to take note that this is not the only collaborative effort that we do have with the European Union. Our relationship with the European Union dates as far back as 1981, when the EU opened its first office here in Gaborone. Thenceforth, the EU has been our developmental partner, supporting various social and economic programs targeted at uplifting the lives of our people even before the establishment of SADC. The main objective of the European Union Botswana Business Forum is to promote trade and investment relations between Europe and Botswana. Through several dialogues that we will have in the next few days, we are optimistic, Your Excellency, that we will be able to present compelling value propositions to the EU companies which have graced this occasion. For them to choose Botswana as the next location for their investment, I can indeed confirm that Botswana is open to receiving foreign investment from Europe and across the globe. As stated earlier, the European Union Botswana Business Forum is hosted alongside the Global Expo Botswana. The Global Expo Botswana is a trademark event under my ministry which aims to provide a platform to our local companies to interact with their international counterparts to create long-term business relations. The Global Expo has over the years provided both local and international companies an opportunity to explore market access and joint venture opportunities. As we engage with you during the next 4 days, it is our wish to witness the signing of long-term investment and partnership deals. This is particularly important because the trade and investment relations between Botswana and the European Union, regrettably, remains weak and undiversified. Speaking to the European investors, in the year 2022, Belgium was the only European country in the list of the top export destinations for Botswana. Trade with Belgium accounted for 18.7% of total exports, the main product being largely diamonds. On the investment side, Europe remains a key partner for Botswana, and in 2021, Europe accounted for 57.1% of stock of foreign direct investment, of which mainland Europe contributed 47.9%. I wish at this point to provide an assurance that Botswana has a favorable investment climate with the highest credit rating in Africa. We have a BBB+ rating accorded by the Standard & Poor's and an A3 rating from Moody's Investor Services. I know that in this room, I'll be preaching to the converted if I'm to go deeper into what this means to your ability to access financing if you were to locate here. We are continually improving our business environment to align it to the private sector needs. I want, therefore, to seriously consider investing in Botswana. This is for you to all to take advantage of the opportunities presented by the many trade agreements Botswana is a party to. This includes the agreement establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area. And this is so tempting as it covers Africa as a whole. Therefore, long-term investment and partnership deals are unavoidable, and they are indeed indispensable. It is therefore evident that Botswana avails herself as the launch pad to access the AfCFTA market and beyond. You may recall that some few years ago, Botswana was grey-listed on the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development due to what was deemed to be insufficient controls in the monitoring and management of financial flows. The Botswana government, under the leadership of His Excellency, the President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi, moved swiftly to enact laws and policies for which we are much indebted to our members of parliament for passing, in line with the OECD and Financial Action Task Force regulations, which led to the removal of Botswana from the grey listing. I do not want to take much of your time, as my duty was simply to welcome you all to this event. As you have seen from the program, the next 4 days of this event are filled with an exciting lineup of events that I believe will meet your objectives for taking part in this event. Once more, a warm welcome to all of you. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen, if it commends itself to you, as we welcome to the stage Your Excellency, if it commends itself to you, His Excellency Dr. Eric Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi, I beg your pardon, Your Excellency, to deliver the keynote address. I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kafela. It's so good to see you again. The last time we were together, of course, being at the very successful press conference for the EBBF and Global Expo Botswana 2023. Well, at this moment, without further ado, it is such a privilege and an honor to receive at the podium for very special remarks in this platform by the Deputy Director General, International Partnerships from the European Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, Madame and Monsieur, Miss Miriam Farron.
Your Excellency, Dr. Eric M. Masisi, President of the Republic of Botswana, honorable ministers, senior officials and representatives of the government of Botswana, Ambassador of Botswana to the European Union and the Kingdom of Belgium, ambassadors of the European Union and its member states to Botswana, representatives of the European financing institutions, representatives of the European and Botswanan private sector, all protocols observed. Dumelang Bora Leboma. It's a great honor and a real pleasure for me to be here with you this morning at the occasion of this first EU-Botswana Business Forum. For the first time, as the Minister mentioned, the EU and its member states, in partnership with the government of Botswana and particularly the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Botswana Investment and Trade Center, have prepared this wonderful forum, and I really appreciate the setting in which we are gathering this morning to bring together companies from the European Union, from Botswana, and from the region with a very clear objective: to explore together the investment and trade opportunities, to promote partnership, and we have a very strongly ensuring partnership between the European Union and Botswana that would deserve being more represented at private sector level, and this is why we are all gathering today, with the ultimate objective to invest in jobs and growth in Botswana. The EU and Botswana have a very strong partnership, as was recalled, dating for several decades. The Minister referred to the opening of the first EU office in Gaborone in 1981, and since then our cooperation has only strengthened. The EU is Botswana's second most important trading partner, and we have a trade agreement in place, I was also mentioned, through the SADC Economic Partnership Agreement, which focuses on development and sustainability. And Botswana is playing a particular role within this agreement as coordinator for the EU SADC EPEA, illustrating the importance of trade for the country to diversify and develop its economy. But that said, and one of the reasons we are all here today is that however strong this partnership is, we all acknowledge the huge potential to make it deeper and stronger. And this is the real objective of today and tomorrow's Business Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, the Business Forum is yet another milestone in our excellent cooperation. Your Excellency, we have heard your repeated calls to transform the Botswana from an upper middle-income country to a high-income country through your Vision 2036. I want to confirm that the EU is sharing your ambition and is keen and willing to stand by you to reach this objective. And we would like to be part of the equation and to contribute to Botswana's ambition to become a diversified and knowledge-based economy. And this is one of the ambitions of our own European strategy, of which we're going to talk quite a lot during this forum, the Global Gateway Strategy. The Global Gateway Strategy was launched by the European Union at the end of 2021, nearly 2 years ago, and its ambition perfectly matches with Botswana's vision and development agenda. Global Gateway stands for the European vision for sustainable connectivity around the world, based on values, and I want to insist very much on this last element, the values we are sharing with Botswana as a long-entrenched democracy. This strategy aims at supporting sustainable development for people and the planet, and thereby enhancing global supply chains in the face of uncertainties. And as you can see, the world is going from uncertainty to uncertainty, and I'm not going to refer to the international agenda and all the wars that are taking place these days. It's our strategy to conclude partnerships for sustainable investments in diverse areas which answer the key global challenges the world is facing today, starting with climate and energy, digital transformation, sustainable transport connections, but also the very crucial need to support human capital development through education, health, and research. All those thematics which answer to the global challenges are the key priorities of the Global Gateway strategy that the European Union wants to deploy with all its partners in the world, with Africa having a very clear priority place on our agenda. And within Africa, as I already mentioned, the relationship with Botswana are excellent, and we are just here to deepen them. We are already delivering very practical assistance to Botswana, and I'm not going to repeat and mention all the programs that are ongoing to support investment and trade that the Honorable Minister referred to. We are intervening in the key priority. Our new programs starting this year for the years to come will target the two most global challenges, the dual green and digital transition, and we are putting forward assistance together with the government of Botswana, with BITC, to support the digitalization of the country, to support its green transition, and without forgetting, of course, education and the need to strengthen the human capital. And speaking of human capital, we are just out from a big budget support program together with the government of Botswana on technical vocational training. There will be also, through the Global Gateway strategy, very transformative projects for Botswana in particular and the whole region. And I'm referring specifically to the support we want to dedicate to two big transport corridors that will cross southern Africa from east to west and north to south, with a crossroad in Botswana. And those sustainable transport corridors really aim to unlock the potential for trade and investment and develop value chains for the benefits of the Botswanan people. The European Union, at regional level and through its national programs, aims not only at developing the hard infrastructure needed to make those corridors a reality, but also all the soft measures that will accompany this transformation, and this means building specific value chains, supporting regulations when needed, or supporting training and capacity building. This forum today is one landmark in the implementation of Global Gateway, because one of the novelty of this program is, on the one hand, that all the European Union, meaning the European Commission I'm representing today, but also its member states, and I'm happy to see in the room ambassadors from the European member states, the European Investment Bank and our national development banks are joining forces to come together in a Team Europe approach to focus more our joint interventions and deliver improved results. But this will not be enough if we act alone. And when we see the magnitude of the investment gap all around the world, the official development assistance, the grants, will never be enough to bridge that gap. And this is where we do absolutely need to join forces with the private sector. The private sector from the European Union, which is eager to invest in Botswana, and the private sector in Botswana, to which development we are eager to contribute. I'm very happy by the success that this business forum is having in terms of participation, we are welcoming and putting together some 50 European companies and more than 400 companies from Botswana and the region. And I can just hope that those contacts will not only be personal, but will be fruitful about further opportunities for investment. This is what we are all looking after. And I'm not going to go into any detail on what else the European Union can support through Global Gateway. We have a specific session dedicated to this during this forum. So I would like to stop here, just, ladies and gentlemen, by insisting on the importance of this forum and insisting on the fact that we very much appreciate the fact that we hold it here today side to side with the Global Expo Botswana. So I will be happily joining a tour of the facilities for the Global Expo. And I want also to draw your attention to a booth, specific booth where the European Union is participating to, held by the Natural Products Association of Botswana, which specific development the European Union is supporting for the second year. So I just invite you to go through the expo and have a stop to this specific booth if you don't mind. So before closing, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend once again my deep appreciation for the government of Botswana for their kind invitation, to Your Excellency for your personal commitment to make this project a reality, to BITC and all their teams that have been working hand in hand with our European Union delegation to make this event a success. So stopping there, I wish you a very nice, fancy, we had a very nice illustration of your culture, and productive business forum. Thank you very much. Ke a leboga pula.
E le ruri re a go leboga Miriam Ferrand, merci beaucoup. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is now time for the keynote address, as to be delivered by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Masisi.
Please take your seats. The Director of Ceremonies, Ms. Oratile Giselle Kibakile, the Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry and also Member of Parliament from Mochudu West, Honorable Musi Kafela, your colleague ministers here present, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Permanent Secretary to the President, Mepelwe Tetse, the Deputy Director General for International Partnerships of the European Commission, Ms. Miriam Ferrand, the Ambassador of Botswana to the Kingdom of Belgium and to the European Union, Your Excellency Masakwa Masire Momba, and your opposite number, the Ambassador of the European Union to Botswana and to SADC, Your Excellency Mepetra Pereira, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Commissioner of Prisons, senior government officials, BITC board members, starting with the chair, and other boards here present, the Chief Executive Officer of BITC, Mr. Kulusitse Ulibile, Chief Executive Officers of other organizations, captains of industry, creatives who mesmerize us on stage with their creative rhythms and sounds, distinguished delegates, exhibitors, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, Dumelang Musongon. If there's anything you'll take back to Belgium, it's Dumelang. It's indeed a great honor for me to be officiating at the 17th edition of the Global Expo Botswana 2023. I'm informed that, as has been said, this year's Global Expo also features the inaugural European Union Botswana Business Forum, EBBF, hosted in partnership with the European Union. I'm also told that this is part of efforts towards the actualization of the EU SADC Economic Partnership Agreement, EU SADC EPA. Ladies and gentlemen, the long-standing partnership between the EU and Africa dates back many years. This is demonstrated by several old mutual pacts, such as the Lome Convention and the Cotonou Agreement. These have since ushered the current Economic Partnership Agreement. The EPA presents one of the most comprehensive North-South economic development treaty between Africa and the European Union. To further consolidate partnership with Africa, the EU and the African Union adopted a joint vision for 2030 during the 6th EU-AU summit in Brussels in February 2022. And yes, in case you are wondering, I was there. The aim of the joint vision is to consolidate a renewed partnership for solidarity, for peace, security, sustained economic development, and prosperity for our citizens and for our future generations. This will bring together our people, regions, and organizations. Through this renewed cooperation, the EU committed to providing at least 450 million vaccine doses to Africa in coordination with the African Vaccine Acquisition Task Team, AVAT platform, by mid-2022. To date, Europe has provided Africa with more than $3 billion, the equivalent of 400 million vaccine doses, to the COVAX facility and to vaccination on the African continent. It's time to applaud the European for that. And gratefully, Madam Deputy DG, many of the hands applauding, you can be certain that at least on the one hand, upper arm, a European vaccine went through. We are thankful to the European Union for this kind gesture, from which Botswana also benefited. This was directly in line with our Reset Agenda initiatives that are saving Botswana from the COVID-19 pandemic and other pandemics. Ladies and gentlemen, let me at this juncture recognize and applaud the efforts being made by the different players, including our development partners, to position Botswana as a springboard to reaching out to both regional and international markets. The present collaborative effort with the EU delegation comes hot on the heels of a similar global event in the form of the US-Africa Business Summit, which was held here in the city of Gaborone in mid-July this year in partnership with the Corporate Council on Africa, CCA. Amazingly, Botswana's successful hosting of the 15th edition of the US-Africa Business Summit has been hailed in superlative terms as the best ever in years by both the partner sponsor, the CCA, and participants alike. These efforts, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, speak to our desired aspirations as a country to transform Botswana into a regional hub for investment and international trade, as well as